We're live and in the van. If you can see us and hear us, let us know you're there.
It'll be a miracle.
Right, let's get the chat up.
You're going to have to bear with us as we figure out what is going on. Right, so...
Carl Barton, straight in there, mate. We're a little bit nervous, aren't we, love?
Can you hear us all right? We've had a bit of trouble with audio and, well, pretty much everything today has been wrong, hasn't it? So this is going to be plagued with issues, I imagine, technical issues throughout. So I'm glad you're all here to enjoy the ride.
Yes. Yeah, where are we? We are currently sat in a very luxurious car park.
Yes.
In... How was it pronounced again?
Lleida. It's we're sort of in the northeasterly portion of Spain, not too far from the French border. We've made quite a lot of progress recently, haven't we?
Yes, we're having to move quite fast just to do all the things that we need to do and things that we've set along the route.
Uh-huh.
So we're on our way to meet my dad in the next couple of days in the south of France. Yeah, we've got we've got port.
From Porto. Because in regards to our last video was Valencia.
Yeah.
So we've done, obviously, Valencia on the east coast. Since then, we've done all the east coast down the south. We've done all of Portugal, and we've come up the west coast of Portugal, out of Portugal, and we're in Spain. So we're quite far behind with videos.
Yeah, it's about 2.5 months behind in the videos, and we've got to do a bit of catching up, but that's kind of given us a bit of a buffer to be able to carry on exploring, have our Christmas with Mom and Hat, my mom and sister, and yeah, just generally catch up. So if you want to know what's going on like right now, follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and yeah, you'll just see where we are.
We're probably confusing a few people because we keep our Instagram and Facebooks up to date on the minute, and the video's like 2.5 months behind. So you'll be excused if you're highly confused as to where we are, because
we can't hide what we're doing particularly because there's so much happening. We can't just like save it and shelf it for another time. So we're here today for just a general chit chat and more so a Q&A. So please send in on the...
This is the first time we've ever tried this. So we've got Meg's phone looking at the comments because we can't read them from how far away the phone is. So we can see that people are writing, and we will address each and every one of you.
Yeah, but I can go back and see.
I know,
so it's all gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. I'll also take a picture of the setup tonight because it's pretty. it's pretty something else, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've never seen a in-car hands-free unit used in such a way.
It's we've made it work, to be honest, but it's not the most high-tech solution to this, but I hope it works.
Fairy lights are on. We've got the ambience. Got a little candle too. Teddy Ralph saying hi. I've done the washing up. And yeah, we're set to rock and roll. So, should we start looking through who's here? So you start and I'll...
So you address Carl.
Yeah,
nice to see you.
Straight in there, no messing about.
What do you think about your trip so far? Brilliant. We are about 8 months in currently of a planned maybe 12 if we can stretch it that far, and we've just had the best time.
Yeah. I
mean, not every day is absolutely fantastic. Like today has been unnecessarily stressful because obviously we wanted to do the live stream. So all our only requirement was to buy some shopping earlier and then just park up somewhere nice with phone signal so that we can stream. And for the first time in a long time, we've struggled with phone signal, and I don't know why. I think it's quite rural where we are, so 4G in particular is quite hard to come by. For some reason, it hasn't been an issue ever until today, so we've had to drive a bit out of our way to find signal and stuff, and we've backtracked a bit, so it feels a bit...
I think we've done an extra 150 miles just to try and find better signal than 3G, which over the past God knows how long, we haven't had a problem at all. So, anyway.
Next is Paul Shanks. Hello, Paul. That's from Norfolk.
Woolly Cod.
Woolly Cod Wanderers. Hello.
Hello, lovers.
Pete Crayons says, yeah, I can hear you loud and clear, so that's good. That's a start. Robert Ince, hi guys, happy first live stream. Thank you, Robert. Fingers crossed it all goes well.
It wasn't particularly happy about maybe 3 hours ago, must admit. Well, we weren't falling out, but it was close.
We've got Mark saying good evening both. Good evening, Mark. Nice to see you in the chat. And we've got Harriet Bratt, which
no.
is Meg's sister. When are you getting your hair cut, Callum, you scruff? I mean, she's got a point. It's looking a bit Harry Potterish, isn't it?
Yeah. Beatles reject it was the other day.
One of the things I forgot on this trip was my beard trimmer and stuff like that. So I have it periodically cut, sometimes just with scissors, and then I just have to let it grow out again, don't we?
Jason Whale. Any future plans for modifying the van?
Yes.
Love the video, guys.
Thank you. Yeah, we did our 12 conversion regrets video a month or two ago, and
what were the top 3 things that
we definitely want to sort out ventilation in the van. We didn't put any vents in the ceiling or anything. We thought we could rely on the front windows to vent most of the air out, and it does a certain job, but there are times where it's just not enough.
Yeah, we're also thinking about putting 2 windows in the back doors, because I think they're the easiest place to add windows, just for a little bit more light.
Yeah, it's, as you can tell now, it's quite cozy in here, but some days it can be a bit dark feeling, so that'll help with that. And then the other thing, and something I'd recommend to anyone who wants to do similar to us, is put a refillable LPG gas system in, because buying the little bottles of camping gas for extortionate amount of money,
A little bit bigger than that,
for extortionate amounts of money, soon adds up, and that's caused us stress a couple of times trying to find places that sell that.
Yeah.
We struggled a couple of days ago, actually. It's generally okay, but we could have saved ourselves a lot of time and hassle having a refillable LPG tank on, so that's what we do next.
The stag, more importantly, what's for lunch?
You
You should have seen the crap we've eaten today. Stress eating, man.
Today's been chocolate and chocolate. Yeah, it's not been a good day. Usually we're pretty good, but today's been one of those days where we did quite a few hours of driving, so we didn't have a proper break, and yeah, it's not been good. But after this, we'll probably have a sit down and something proper to eat.
Mark Ford, I was on about where we were for Christmas, because all of those videos are coming up, because we're 2.5 months behind, so don't worry too much.
Yeah, we are catching up.
Yeah, and we are live now, there's no doubt about that. Wayne and Sue's Travel Adventures, hello. Chris J, hello. Stop waving your phone around, it drops the signal. Okay. Roam from home, hello lovers. Kelly Marquette, hello. I hope I said that right, I do apologise. Laura Green, hello if you're there. Lewis Yardley.
Oh, hello, Lewis.
I'm going to buy Callum a pair of hair straighteners for Christmas.
Do you think it needs straightening? The little flicks not doing it for you? Yeah, it's getting out of control.
Carl Barton's back in the game. Are your earnings enough for from the channel to extend the journey yet?
Not to extend the journey. Maybe extend the journey by about half an hour, but no more than that.
No.
I think in our video we discussed we pretty much for the last year broke even. So that's not too bad, because we're a relatively small channel compared to some, aren't we? And we're happy with that. We still enjoy making content, and we're not going to stop just because it's not financially beneficial at the moment.
Yeah. No, we're going to have to go back to the UK, earn some money to basically do it all again.
Probably.
Over and over again.
Yeah.
We've met some really, really fantastic people. Like a lot of retired people that have just given us ideas of how to do things. 5 years people have been on the road for, every 6 months. They go home for 6 months, travel for 6 months, and that's just really got us pumped for the future, really, in general.
Certainly has. Tony Farrell. Hi, Meg and Cal. Love your vids. Just want to say hello. Thank you very much. I always appreciate the feedback. Bad Boy Rich, 1982.
Dub Life, I believe.
I wondered what his comment was referring to then. I'm tossing while watching. Are you having pancakes? I was a bit concerned about how bad Bad Boy Rich was then. No, we didn't plan ahead for that, did we?
I thought about it, but then also knew that by the morning we were having already, it wasn't going to happen. So
Yes.
I made some the other week. They were rather nice.
Yeah, that's good. Wayne is who Travel Adventures asked, where do you intend to end up? I assume you mean the end of this trip. We don't really know. It's still open-ended. We've got certain things we need to do. We're meeting Meg's dad in the south of France in the next few days, and then we don't really know. We've got to weigh up how much money's left in the kitty, how many miles we could feasibly do and return, because we haven't actually paid for a ferry ticket back yet, so we should probably sort that out at some point.
No. There's things that we'd love to do, and we're basically just wanting to chase the sun.
Yeah. Lloyd Wilkinson says, keep up the great work, Menkel. Thank you very much. Hopefully we can. We're enjoying it, so yeah, we intend to keep going. Robert Ince asked, do you have a 4G roof-mounted aerial/booster? No, we don't, and that was something we looked into. We actually bought one of those little Huawei little box router type things. Obviously, that's internal to the van. Generally, we don't struggle, unlike today, like I said. Signal's pretty good most of the time inside the van, just tethering off our phones. So we haven't really struggled that much recently, anyway. I can't think. It would be nice to have something like that.
The odd moment where you have to put your phone in the windowsill.
Yeah.
But not horrendous. Not enough to point out.
That's it. Do you want to read some?
Where did we get up to? Paul Musgrove. Hello, loving your videos. Chris Roberts. Ray Berry. Everybody goes to Western Europe, but are you going to Greece? I would love to go to Greece.
Yeah, we've heard good things.
Yeah.
Very good things.
But I have a feeling the money won't quite last till there, so that might be next winter's escapades or the winter after that. But it's definitely on the list.
Definitely.
The food. I'd love to go for the food.
There's so many places on the list now that it's probably never ending.
Donna Inglis. Hello, my love. I have written.
Donna. Yeah. Oh.
Your question you asked like 2 months ago.
3 months, I think.
3 months ago. So she asked, what's on your wish list? What have we kind of got to get for the van?
Mm-hmm.
Which I jotted down just in case we couldn't remember. You're going to need a new hard drive.
Yeah. We've got 3 hard drives and we're rapidly running out of space because we're taking so much video and photos, and I'm really bad at deleting stuff we're probably never going to use again. Most of it I like to keep, but we're going
to have a clear out at some point because there's just so much rubbish. And I need some more trousers or leggings because I've managed to split all of my really cheap pairs of leggings, and I've had to get my mum and sister when they came out for Christmas to bring me a couple of pairs of my trousers that were back home in the UK. What didn't we bring and what did we forget?
So like I said earlier, I forgot my beard trimmer, so that's been a bit of a nuisance, but not the end of the world because I don't tend to grow that much facial hair anyway, so it doesn't really matter that much. And
to a degree, there's not a huge amount that we miss or that we've forgotten. Not that we've forgotten, no.
There's definitely things that we miss, but not much. I mean, there's an oven and a bath discussion. Obviously, 2 items we can't fit in this tiny van, unless we're really inventive, but... there's not too much I think we forgot.
So those were Donna's questions she asked like 3 months ago.
Yes.
Thank you, Donna.
Got round to it.
Laura Green. Hi guys, love your videos. Been watching since the build days.
Ooh.
For someone who has a small van, where do you get your wee bottles from?
You got the wee bottles. I got them for Christmas. Did I not?
You did get yours for
They're
Christmas.
my presents.
What a lovely gift. We went to a pharmacy, and where we live in the UK, it is full of OAPs. So it's got all like the...
It's affectionately named God's waiting room, but we like it there.
So there's like next to the incontinence pads and the piles, rings and things like that, really. But I'm sure if you googled it, what would it be on Amazon?
What, that?
That could be a very good affiliate link.
Oh,
PP
yeah.
bottles. We'll have a look,
very
and
glamorous.
If I find anything, I'll link it down below.
They're like almost like a modern day bedpan, but they're like sealable.
Commode. Is commode the thing you actually sit on? Or...
Yeah, I think so. This is more just...
Yeah.
They're essentially glorified jugs.
Yeah.
With lids.
Yeah. We highly recommend one with a screw on because it's dangerous sometimes.
Yes. Touch wood. No accidents yet, but I'm sure we're due one.
Pancake day. We got you, mate. We got you. Bad boy Rich. Ponty slapper.
Yeah.
We vent our van by dropping both front windows and putting fuel lagoon cover on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do the same.
Yeah, we've literally got our wind deflectors and the fuel lagoon cover on at the moment, which is good. It's just when we're like boiling food, we had a tough time in Scotland where it'd been a warm day. We pulled up and started cooking, like a lot of steam, wasn't it? And we couldn't open anything because there was loads of midges outside, and so we were in here suffering, weren't we?
I've never seen you so stressed.
I turned our planer heater on to like ventilation mode just to get fresh air in the van, and it was unbelievable. So that's definitely something we'd rectify.
Simon, hello. How far are you planning to go on your trip, and how will you deal with visas and insurance?
At the moment, we're 8 months in, and I feel like I could go for another 8.
Yeah.
If we had the money and MOTs and insurance weren't an issue, then I feel at the minute I could easily keep going.
We're only doing Europe, so there's no real need for visas, as I'm aware, yet.
Yes.
To be changed, I imagine, soon with Brexit, if that happens.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Fortunately, we managed to renew our insurance a couple of months ago while we were in Germany, and they were we were with Brent Acre, and they were really understanding. We told them we're not working, we're self-funded,
Yeah,
and
self-funded.
they were cool with that. They just said, okay, you just got to pay us up front, then no monthly instalments, but that's fine. And they managed to send a green card to Meg's family who bought it out, and so that kind of sorted out. Insurance isn't a problem. MOT, on the other hand, is, and is something we're going to have to sort out.
Yep. How far are we planning to go? Potentially Italy, maybe, and then maybe loop back round, but we don't really know because, as you may be aware, back home on the news, Italy has got the coronavirus, so...
Yeah, depending what happens with that.
Yeah.
Our initial plan was to go like way into like Eastern Europe, wasn't it, and hit so many countries. It was ridiculous because we hadn't done anything like this before. We overestimated just how much we could do. So I don't know really.
Yeah. Hello, Sandra Ward. No, we're not having pancakes because we've had a stressful day trying to find signal. But I might make you some tomorrow.
We'll make up for it some point.
If you stop whinging and stressing me out, we'll be all right. Pete Crowns wants to know, with your limited budget and so many food options, how do you decide where to eat and where you're going to splurge?
Meg does a lot, 99.9% of the planning.
Yes, that's true. I thought you were going to say cooking. I was like, that's a lie. I do 100%.
50-50 on the cooking.
I do 100% of the cooking.
I gave you chocolate earlier.
So...
In places like, we recently went to Barcelona, Valencia, Lisbon, obviously visiting these cities, we know we're going to probably spend a couple of days and want to get immersed. So we kind of know that, okay, that the budget's kind of going out the window for a couple of days there, especially if we're paying for camping and stuff.
I try and get like an itinerary of places where things that we need to try and the best places to go for them. So stay in tune. We've got Lisbon coming up where I do a food tour, which we're joined by Fantastic Travelling.
Yeah.
Their video that we were in came out on Sunday, so check that out. We shared that the other day.
Yeah.
But going back to my main point was that I basically wrote all the things that we wanted to eat, where we wanted to eat them, and tick them off. So I use Devour Food Tours. They are really helpful.
That's YouTube, is it?
And they've got a website too. I kind of go off other people's recommendations and also do a lot on TripAdvisor too. Just searching for best options and costs and things like that.
Yeah. Works out well.
Mrs. Wilson, Mr. Wilson, hello. Give the boys a kiss. That's Flicky and Catty, which I've forgotten his name. What's his name? Nev. That's it. I do love him, but Flick's been in my life a lot longer, hasn't he? Kelly, I rented a VW van for my trip of 21 days through Germany. How are you managing the bathroom issue, showering, and the midnight pee? Let's flush the pee bottle. Oh, hang on, no, it's got... Definitely hasn't got any in it. Pee bottle, emergency, find a drain, pour it in. that works.
Yeah.
When we get to campsites, we give it a good clean. Showers, we try and find free ones. We've had a few on the beach, but it has to be warm enough, otherwise it's not worth it.
Bit of an experience. Showers aren't too bad. Portugal had a lot of like €1 showers and quite like public toilets, but you pay €1 and have quite a decent shower. It's been surprisingly good.
But a lot of the time we have to find campsites for a shower.
Yeah.
But we always try and find a campsite with free showers that are untimed and hot. So I always read the reviews on Park4Night when we're choosing a campsite to find the ultimate shower experience in the nearby area.
Yeah.
I think. Sorry to interrupt.
No,
you go.
I would say showering becomes such a treat that you want to get it right. We've had so many where we've paid extra for showers, for 5-minute showers, and for 2.5 minutes, it's absolutely freezing cold water. So
and when we can't find showers, this is our mate. It's not a pretty sight, is it? And if anybody ever caught us doing it, we'd probably die.
Yeah.
But where did I get to? Pancakes. Sue Dunster, hello, my love.
Do you get David?
No, David.
David, hello from Suffolk. Hello, David.
Fantastic travelling.
There they are.
Sharkers bra.
Check out their channel, like Meg said earlier. Had a really fun video out on Sunday with them, and a couple of months' time we'll have one coming out as well, when we finally catch up with ourselves.
Yes.
Natalie Robb, love your videos. Where else would you like to visit in your van? Hello, Natalie, thank you.
Scandinavia, straight out there.
We'd have loved to have finished this trip in Scandinavia. There's no way we could afford that. Is there?
No.
Not a chance.
We've discussed going to Ireland and checking out the wild Atlantic coast, going back to Scotland, Europe in general. Again, I think as much we've literally carved out a track of where we've gone, and there's just so much to see in between where we've been to the next spot. You know, you can only see so much on one trip. So, yeah, there's so much that we haven't truly witnessed.
Right, I'm going to try and speed things up a bit because we're a little bit behind. There's a few messages to get through. So right, let's go. Chris J, I just bought a T5 last year, but don't know where to start. What would you recommend? I think what we did with ours was a florist's van before, so all I had was a basic ply lining kit. We took that out, stripped it right back to the metalwork, and checked there was no damage or rust anywhere.
Yeah, I
gave everything a clean.
Have a think about your layout. Maybe draw a few ideas. Where do you want your bed? Do you want a rock and roll bed, bench bed?
Yeah.
Have an idea.
Where was the first big job we did? The floor?
Insulating,
sound deadening insulation. It's something we didn't know what order to approach in, but we just thought, right, let's do this job and work around it.
So I think an easy answer for this is if you want to reach out and ask us how exactly we did it, or head over to our blog, which is campcomforts.co.uk, or check out our playlist, which is each day is kind of the order that we did it in.
Sorry, it's hard to say really where to start because I can't really. It was a few years ago we did ours now, so it's.
But add us on Instagram or Facebook at VW Flora or Flora and Novice Explorers, and we can give you a rundown if you'd like to know more in-depth answer, I suppose, really.
Terry Mann, hello. How do you manage a phone/data contract? Up until this point, Meg's bought her contract from the UK. You haven't been capped yet.
No. And this is, don't tell anybody, but it's like 6-7 months in and we haven't been told otherwise, and that's with EE.
And since a few months ago, about 4 or 5 months ago, I bought a SIM from Voxy, who operate on the Vodafone network, and they do really good plans where you can pay extra to have like a video pass. So Netflix and YouTube doesn't use any data. If you're uploading, downloading, doesn't matter. However, ever since I've had the SIM, it hasn't been capped at all. Me and Meg use a lot of data each day. I mean, over hundreds of gigs a month, because this SIM card is just letting me do whatever I like. I'm sure it'll catch up with me eventually, but there's no contract on Voxy, so it's monthly.
We just get it again.
Yeah,
wouldn't we?
I'll just buy another one. It's been absolutely brilliant. It's kept us you know, connected with everything because we rely on Park for Night, uploading videos, loads of content. So looking to Voxy, I'd happily use them again.
So Chris Roberts wants to know how we met and who was the first one to who came up first with the idea to try van life.
Very boring story, wasn't it, about how we met, really?
It's so romantic.
We met working, basically. Meg's, in a previous life, was the head chef of a small
You were working as a waitress in a
cocktail bar. Yeah.
And I was the head chef.
Yeah.
Fell deeply in love.
Yeah.
And that was about 4 years ago.
Yeah. I don't even know. It's been
maybe a little bit more, actually.
bit more.
4.5.
Yeah, something like that. So very sort of standard story. And then we had similar interests, didn't we? We started going on little trips here and there to the beach a lot.
Yeah.
And then surfing, and then obviously at the beaches you see the surfers and they've all got these little vans. And I don't know where the spark came from.
I
honestly.
think because Dad had the van back, and then I was like, I want my own van, but I want a modern van because my dad had a old VW split screen, so we decided to get a more modern version, but we couldn't afford one that was done out. So we were like, right, let's do it ourselves. Let's go for it, and that's where it all began.
Yeah, and then obviously probably saw some videos on YouTube and just fell down the rabbit hole, really. You know, following people's adventures and just thinking we want to do that ourselves. And lo and behold, it worked out somehow.
Yeah. Hello, Davina, which is Adventures of Belle, which is the bright yellow one that we follow. Bad boy Rich is buzzing. Glad, I'm proud for you, mate. Dirk.
Clayson.
Hello from Belgium. Love the van.
Thank you
Julie
very much.
Morrison. Have you had a favourite place you have visited?
Ooh, I think, I don't know, I've got a few really. I think, sorry, there's messages coming through and I'm trying to keep up. I'm so easily distracted. One of my favourite places out at Hebrides, near the beginning of our adventure, just for the freedom and tranquility, was excellent. I loved Austria, although we were only there for a week, just for the epic scenery. And also, I guess just before Austria, very southern Germany, like Fussen area, was absolutely incredible. Loved it.
Yeah. Well, I think this is a little sneak preview. I don't want to spoil anything, but I think we've just had my favourite place, which was the only national park in Portugal.
Yeah, that was an unexpected. I wouldn't try and pronounce it.
Butchering these phrases.
But yeah, we've got a lot of cool videos coming up, hopefully, if we don't lose all of our recordings.
Yeah, Mark Stanton. Hi, we've made the same mistake with the 907 camping gas.
Yeah.
Pain in the butt, isn't it?
Yeah, that's something we would change.
Yeah, definitely.
As we said.
Greetings from the Netherlands, Johan.
Hello, nice to have you here. When were these messages sent? These were like 16 minutes ago, Meg. We've got to carry on.
All right, okay, so let's fire them off. Do you mind me asking, what's your budget reference timescales?
Budget, we've done a video on it. We have about £16 a day each for diesel, food and everything else, which is working out quite well. Some countries we're well under, some we go over. It balances itself out, but £32 a day for the two of us.
BA Fantastic Travelling. How would you say that? IEUMTB1?
Mountain bike.
Hello.
Hello, nice to have you in the chat.
Rome from Home wants to know if I'm going back to work as a chef when we go home. The option's always there, but I would like to broaden my horizons and also just take a step back and live a bit more simply, do different things. I must admit, I don't ever intend to work 50, 60, 70 hours a week as a chef ever again, just because I think we have found a way to live more simply.
Yeah, it does give you a lot of time for reflection doing this type of thing, honestly. I mean, I don't intend to ever work again if I can get away with it.
He wants to be a kept man.
We've had a really good time, and it's reality is going to hit quite hard when we go home. But we'll think about, working towards the next adventure, and that'll keep us going. So work-wise, we don't know.
Yeah. Terry Hawker wants to know if we're going back to Germany anytime soon.
Not on this trip, I wouldn't have thought.
No, we spent 2 months in Germany and thoroughly enjoyed ourselves.
Yeah.
Germany is so set out for motorhomes and little campers like this.
Yeah, I thought, well, you thought as well, that Portugal and sort of Spain were the mecca for camper van travel. And Portugal was a bit stricter than I thought. And Germany was just so brilliant. Just loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Would we ever make room for a tuck-away composting toilet?
We're talking about it.
Composting, though, I'm not sure if we've got proper space to do that.
Yeah, we're going to have to look into options. Yeah, that's something we're sort of debating at the minute. When we get home, what needs to come out of the van that we don't use and what's going to come in, basically. So we're debating.
Shout out to all the pensioners. We're not ageists. It's just a descriptive word that we've used. Don't hate me. Greg Lee, hi, it's T5er. Have you got your cups of teas and biscuits? That's what I'd like to know. We were going to get it, but we ran out of time and I felt sick because we were nervous anyway.
If they had a cup of tea, that was half an hour ago.
Oh, yes.
So it's probably cold by now. Nice to have you in the live stream on the chat.
Have we ever struggled getting water supplies?
Yes. Some countries, again, are better than others. What's been the hardest? Where was it? Some regions as well seem to be easier than others. Spain and Portugal are both pretty good.
There's areas of Spain where we had a bit of an issue. That
Yeah.
Alicante corner.
There was one time, probably in Spain, I think, where we found one tap in the middle of this huge park. It was hundreds of meters into the park, and we've got a big 25-litre water container, which I had to fill up and try and carry through the park. It was an absolute nightmare, but it was the only water we could find. But generally, it's not that hard. Hardest place we're back in the UK for sure.
Yeah. We should. Bad Boy Rich says we should do a book when we get home.
We're not very good at writing. We could try it. We could draw some pictures and cartoons, maybe.
Will we be doing any VW shows this year? Bug Jam, Big Bang, Santa Pod.
I'm not sure. There's a few people asking us if we're going to be certain meets and shows throughout the year. Unfortunately, we're definitely going to miss the ones earlier on in the year because we won't be home till maybe June-ish time.
Yeah.
So maybe later on in the year. We'd sometimes do BuzzFest, which is a VW one in Malvern. We might do that one again.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Thank you very much, Adam Cole.
Ooh, thank you very much.
What do you say when that happens?
Thank you. Would be a start. That's a super chat, I think. That's our first. So thank you very much.
Luke's Vanlife is here. Hello, dude.
Hello.
Battle
All
Bus.
good. Yeah.
Battle Bus Therapy Morton. Hello.
Hello. Nice having the chat.
Woolly Cod wants to say hello to Luke. Luke did his the other night, Luke's Van Life, and we watched just to get some tips, just to see how exactly it all happened.
Very slick. Ours not quite so much.
We would also like a GoPro Hero 8, but we can't.
No.
Do you want to take it?
Yeah.
Dan Sweeney.
That's really neat. Hi guys, your videos are the best of the best. Well, thank you very much. We only have 2 weeks in July. Would you go Holland and Belgium or Germany? But Belgium we didn't unfortunately step into. Holland was good, but it can be a little bit tricky because you're not allowed to sleep in your car.
Yeah.
So
it's very quiet in Holland, and there wasn't very many people doing it, possibly because it's illegal.
It was lovely though.
Simple answer, Germany. We did the fairy tale route and romantic route, and I think the romantic route's probably a good bet. Start in the Black Forest, make your way up and then down on this route. Google it or head over to our blog to have a look at that.
Peter Thompson. Hi guys, greeting from Chester. Hello, nice to have you in the stream. Terry Hawker, how do you financial travels? When we had this amazing idea, we knew we had to buy a van, convert it and save whilst living life as well. It took us 3 years to pay off the van, all the bits we needed for the conversion.
Become debt free,
and also save for the trip. We saved just over £6,000 each. And so far it's been okay. It took us a long time, but it's well worth it. I'd happily do it again.
We worked to about 900 euros a month for the two of us, and we kind of break it down to about, was it 16 euros each a day?
Yep.
But there's days where we spend loads of money, and there's weeks that we're all ready to go and we don't spend any money because we're off in the sticks exploring nature.
Lost in Europe. Not seen you guys before. Just popped up. We'll check out some of your videos. We've seen some of your videos, haven't we? Yeah, that's nice.
Yes.
Hopefully you check them out. Hopefully you like them. Simon, was it easy to free camp in Germany? I'm doing the castles trip in July.
Yes, really easy. Get on Park for Night. There's green camper van, they're free, and there's also like the tree icon, which are in nature, they're free as well, as long as you respect everywhere and take your rubbish with you, leave no trace and all that.
We had some lovely spots, and I think Germany was the one country we didn't really have to plan ahead where we're going to go.
Yeah.
You can just usually hit the road and look on Park for Night and find somewhere really close.
There was 1 month in Germany where I totted up how much we'd spent, and we only spent €600 for the whole month on food, camping, everything like that, showers. So it can be really cheap in Germany as well.
Mark Stanton and Robert are both recommending Ireland. That's something definitely on her potential horizon. That's on the list, as they say. Pete Grans, you mentioned you have a subscription to Premiere Pro. Have you tried Elements? No, we haven't yet, but definitely something we're going to look into because our subscription renews soon, so we might as well see what available options there are.
Jack Parker, I believe, is from the US of A, is he not?
Minnesota,
if I remember
Yeah.
rightly.
Nice to have you here. We're catching up slowly. Great to catch you live. Your channel is unique, and that's truly relaxing and enjoyable instead of trying to be YouTube famous and trendy. Thanks for being yourselves. I've tried to be trendy in the past and it's never worked out well. I enjoyed your cooking videos. Any plans to do them again from time to time?
From time to time, yes, when there's something good to do. But if you have a quick look, the amount of views we get per cooking video, as much as I'm giving it my all, we get a lot less than what we would do on others. So
yes, people enjoy the cooking videos and we enjoy making them, but we don't want to, with YouTube's algorithm, we don't want to put out something that could potentially have a detrimental effect on a lot more of our other content. So we're trying to figure out how to do it, but we will. We enjoyed it, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yep. How did you miss? Fantastic. We're slowly
Waving at you.
missing you guys too. Look forward to the next meet-up.
Natalie Robb, just bought a van to convert.
Yeah.
Would you change the layout of your van, or are you happy with the layout? I think this layout is better than any other.
That's being modest. No, I think the rock and roll bed always felt to us, the more traditional bed that goes sideways. It cuts the van up, whereas as you can see, we can access the back doors, get out of the van that way. We've got a lot more space down the middle to walk about and do stuff and put a table. To me, it feels nice and open this way. There's maybe, as we mentioned earlier, windows would be, I don't specifically layout, but
I think we're also planning on changing our layout of tables. The table design, it doesn't really work very well on the door, which we kind of thought that might be the case, but
yeah,
it worked for a time. But it's not very comfortable for you when you're working, which is kind of important because you do that for quite a few hours of the day.
Yep.
Moz makes my day when I get a notification to say you guys have uploaded.
Thank you very much. And just quickly, while we're on that subject, our videos usually come out on a Tuesday. Obviously, we didn't have one for this Tuesday. We're thinking of changing our upload day to a Sunday, purely because it makes, sorry to be so boring, but analytical sense. That's when our YouTube channel's the busiest. So we might switch to a Sunday. We might accidentally miss this upcoming Sunday because I'm still editing quite a big video at the moment. But if you can bear with us, let us know if that works or doesn't for you because we're still trying things out.
Yeah. YouTube algorithm is telling us to do a Sunday.
Yeah.
But we've already got into our flow. So
yeah.
I think we probably will do it because there's a chance of us being able to get better stats and stuff, which I know that's not what it's all about.
No,
but it might be a little bit.
Yeah, we're still experimenting with everything. So see what happens.
Moz has just got himself a T5.1 and is slowly soundproofing and insulating it. Stick with it, you'll get there, and it'll be so worth it when you actually do get
definitely. I remember hours of we converted a lot of our van through winter. We were doing the sound deadening, and it was horrendous. But I'm so glad that we carried on doing it. It was a tedious job, but well worth it in the end.
Greece, Croatia, Montenegro and Corsica are all worth a visit.
Mm-hmm.
Pete Crayons has just done one of those. What is it?
Super chat.
Thank you very much, Pete. Appreciate that.
Appreciate that. Yeah, you don't have to donate, but we appreciate that a lot. So thank you very much.
That'll buy us a lovely coffee tomorrow on the road, or maybe save it for something slightly more.
Yeah, I don't
Nicer
know
than
how
a
it
coffee.
works out, to be quite honest with you. But thank you very much.
Jack Parker reckons there isn't such thing as a van life composting toilet because it takes over a year for the waste to fully decompose. Just stick to a bucket. How did you know we've got a bucket?
The emergency bucket. But toilets generally aren't too much of an issue because we're in a car park now, and usually, without being too grim, you sort of your body. How do I say this? Clock changes a little bit.
Yeah, it gets used to the new setup and that there's not a toilet on tap.
Yeah.
So
it's been all right.
John Dern, hello, lover.
Hello, John.
Shout out from Brierley Hill.
Nice to have you in the live stream.
You guys look well travelled. I think that's comment in your hair, darling.
how greasy it is.
Thomas Harper, you're never late to the party, love. We're just catching up with everybody.
How far behind are we? 20.
Only 6 minutes.
We're catching up with you.
Rome from home. We're looking at a jerry can called a Lifesaver.
Is that the blue one? Blue?
It filters water, makes river water and lake water palatable.
Yeah, that's definitely something to look into for those times where you can't find good water sources.
Yeah. Vince Heaton from Ireland. Hello, my love. Sarah and James, hello.
Oh, hello.
Give the pooch a kiss from us. Looks gorgeous, doesn't it? I want one. No spend days, Mark Stanton. You did get here. Hello, well done. Steve Evans, love watching all of your vids. Makes me want to get up and go. Keep on going.
Thank you. Appreciate the feedback. Always. Yep.
Yep.
I'm just going to start rambling again, but thank you very much.
Thomas Harper, so this one's for you. All of the conversions videos I've seen, the electrics still scare me.
Yep.
Did you have yours checked by a professional, or were you confident enough that it was all done correctly?
I will admit to losing sleep over the electrics, didn't I? I was lying in bed thinking about where I could trace cables, where they're going to come in and out of the van and all this sort of stuff. And I sort of drove myself crazy a little bit because electrics is something I'm not familiar with at all. Fortunately, I spent quite a while researching and we've kept it to just 12 volt. There's no 240 volt hookup in the van, which makes it a hell of a lot simpler. I wouldn't do that myself. I don't feel comfortable enough. But with 12 volt electrics, it isn't too hard to wrap your head around. Where would I suggest? There is...
Have you done a blog?
I've partly written one. I have linked videos and resources I've used. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I don't know.
I'm also trying to think about a semi-quick answer.
Yeah.
Go on.
If you can send us an Instagram message or something, and I'll try and forward some videos to you, which really helped me. But I would say go for it. They haven't been checked by a professional, but nothing's gone wrong.
Yeah, and my dad's had a look as well.
Yeah.
Not that he's professional, but he knows more than...
Yeah. So,
I say we, but I know absolutely jack. So
touch wood, it's all still working. So something is right at the moment.
What van lifers do we follow on the YouTube? YouTube.
Yeah,
YouTube.
quite a few really. We do watch a lot of channels, but sort of here and there, because a lot of the time I'm editing our own videos, and there's only so much I can watch of us messing around, and then we sometimes chill out watching other YouTube channels. I mean, there's quite a long list, really.
This is Natalie Robb's question. So, who do we watch? I'm watching Kite Van Man at the moment. He sits over there and does his thing, and I sit here and do my thing. So I watch Kite Van Man. Mm-hmm. The indie projects every now and again.
Yeah.
We've been watching them on Win the Wilderness,
yeah,
and watching their video on how it actually went down was quite interesting. So has anybody else been watching that? Because
it's quite interesting to watch, wasn't it?
That was goals.
Back in the day, we used to watch a channel called Finding Simon, who really got us into the romance of van life, but he's living on a boat now. So
we like him.
Kind of divert. There is a long list of YouTubers, and it's
Explorers, love Explorers.
yeah.
Gadget John.
We see odd videos like Greg Burgo,
Yeah.
Woolly Cod Wanderers, and Luke's Van Life.
Yeah.
They were in the chat earlier, so we
Pebbles and Peach we've been watching a bit of recently.
yeah. We just like dip in and out. I think. We'll have to write a list of like people we've watched and obviously learned from as well, because YouTube's such a good resource that there's a lot to think about. And look at.
Oh, this is a good. So greetings from South Africa. Hello, Leon Jones.
Hello.
Jack understands it makes sense about the cooking videos.
Mm-hmm.
Shame on YouTube. I know, mate. Ian Schofield, great channel. You guys, looking forward to your posts.
Thank
we never
you.
seem to share the driving. Have I missed something?
Oh no. Meg has done, I would say now, 99.999% of the driving. I think back in the Netherlands, we just got into this rhythm. We've each got our own little things that we do, and Meg prefers driving, and I don't mind being passenger. So
Yeah, I am. In my old age, I'm not very good passenger anymore. I'm a bit of a control freak. You have got things to do sat in the passenger seat, but when we were in the UK, you were editing whilst we were driving on the front.
yeah,
But now that we're in Europe, there's bloody no chance. We have. It's like a co-pilot job.
yeah,
isn't
because
it?
obviously having a right-hand vehicle when you're coming onto certain junctions, Meg has pretty much got a huge blind spot, so I make up for that. I can drive, at least I used to be able to, but I haven't driven for like 8 months now, so maybe I
Yeah,
can't.
I nearly texted you earlier. I bought too much shopping from the shop and I'd walked. I was like, bring the van round, will you? But thought,
I don't know how to
you'd
anymore.
probably crash it.
So yeah, Meg does do the majority of the driving, which it just kind of works out for us.
Yeah, it's not that you can't. We get some looks. We get some serious looks.
Yeah, they see us on the right-hand side, then they look, female driver,
With
dreadlocks, and they just look like, what's going on?
And then it's the number plate, like, what is going on?
You get some strange looks.
Are we still okay with the standard height roof, or would you consider a pop top or a high top roof later on down the line?
I've been talking a lot shorter than that, so.
Right
Do you want me to
now,
take that?
right here, right now, I've got to that one there.
Okay.
Right here, right now, I don't think we want anything other than Flora. Knowing that Flora is all bought and paid for, we've lived in her for 8 months now. This is home. This is comfort. We know how everything works. We know what we can and can't do. I think maybe later on down the line, when we can either afford something bigger, or actually get maybe a coach built motorhome, maybe. But this is going on and on, years to come. So, yeah, I think we don't miss too much standing up, but at the same time, we don't spend huge amounts of time in here.
Yeah.
We wash up. Well, I wash up on my lap. We get dressed like sat
Yeah.
up and that, but yeah, it just works. I think if we weren't so able-bodied, I think that's the word I want to use. Or older.
Yeah, we'll definitely consider it. But for the time being, it works quite well.
Yeah.
And with the size of the van, we can get into like smaller car parking spots. And actually, we've had some amazing, more remote park ups purely because of our size, which has been really good. Mark Ford says, "Come on, guys, 98 in here, only 19 likes. Let's smash that button for them. Thank you, appreciate it."
Pete Crown says that we should sneak a little bit of cooking
Yeah.
into a
normal,
video, which actually, thinking about it, as one coming up, I'll
Yeah.
dedicate that one to you, Pete.
Thanks again for the super chat. Adventures of Sarah James, they've got a new van.
Yes.
And they are just finishing the insulation in the
Oh.
cold. That's not an enviable job.
We feel for you.
Yeah.
We did it in this weather as well. Well, the weather that you're currently having issues with. And we had numb fingers, numb knees, numb butts.
Ant 300C, do you have any plans to go further afield? We'd love to. We'll have to wait a while until plans to come to fruition unless something incredible happens, but we want to, definitely. This has
Yeah.
given us the taste and sort of we've really relaxed into it. I would say 3 months in we relaxed into it, but the last few weeks it's just a lot of like
the day-to-day stresses seem to have subsided,
Yeah.
like the shopping, the water, the toilet, the shower. If you look hard enough, you'll find it, or you've got other options to do. Like we had a bit of a stress with the gas. We had to buy the tiny weeny canisters for our emergency hob, and we had 3 days where we had to use that before we crossed back over into Spain from Portugal. It just
It is what it is.
works.
Yeah. Lost in Europe says, don't worry about the algorithm. Make the content you love to create. Forget the numbers. The community you gain on here is the real success, and that's very true.
That is very true.
We do get caught up in the numbers sometimes. We do. Adventure Sarah James says, Mono says hello. So you get a response.
Puppy.
Days Blink, hi from Chicago. You speak like royalty to me. That.
My mother would be so pleased with that. She should be watching. Shout out to Mom, Trisha and Kenneth.
Royalty. Wow.
Trisha is my queen.
Well, we appreciate the feedback. Thank you very much. Thomas Harper, thanks for the great answer, guys. Kelly, if you have time, can you post a list of people you follow, please? Yeah, we will. Where should we put that? Because we've missed 100 million channels off the list. We will maybe write a blog post and put it in the community tab of YouTube, or maybe in this video. If I think about it, I can change the description afterwards.
Yeah.
We'll figure something out.
Add us on Facebook or Instagram if you've not already,
Yeah.
just so, because I think that might be the easiest way to go about it.
Chris Roberts, or Robert S. One more from me, please. Any chance you'll be visiting Malaga area? Pop in for a cuppa, or can't pronounce that word. Cerveza?
Possibly a beer.
Could be. I'm not sure. You'll have to
The
clarify.
pint emoji kind of tells me that.
What about the ghost
Malaga.
emoji?
Oh, I don't know.
That's what we get like after a couple of beers. I don't know.
Malaga, back down south. Another time.
Definitely be back in that area at some point. It just depends what happens.
Yeah, we did stop off in Malaga, but it was pretty poor weather just before Christmas. But
Ruth and Rich Dixon, sorry to cut you off. I'm thinking of venturing into a van conversion, following your journey. It's inspiring. Keep up the good work, guys. I would say 100% do it. It's the best thing I've ever done.
yeah, ditto.
It's not every day is fantastic, but
It opens up just so many opportunities. Like we think totally different. We spend money totally different. We built this. What else could we build? Yeah, it's just mind blowing.
Vincent Heaton, you should do the Wild Atlantic Way. That does look quite spectacular. That's Norway.
Wild Atlantic.
Oh, is that
I think that's the Irish one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Wild Atlantic. Yeah,
That's the way. But
that's
I was thinking of that road up. Well, I'll do both. Carl Barton, thank you very much.
Thank you, dude. Appreciate
I really
you.
appreciate that. That's very appreciated. Thank you. Robert Ince, I think we're catching up, Meg. So agree. I love your relaxed and fun approach. Sod the algorithm. Just do what feels natural. It's working. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Deal.
Greg Lee, have you mastered drying your washing? Lol. I'm not sure if that's a reference to our hiccup in Scotland. It could be.
Yes.
It's always an event. Back home, whatever, it doesn't matter. In the van, we do have to plan ahead for that. It's not too hard. We've got about a month's worth of clothes, maybe a bit more, depending how often we change, obviously.
We have had a few cock-ups since the big cock-up. Must admit, we managed to put all the money onto one machine. That was quite stressful.
Yeah, into one dryer. But we're definitely getting better at it, aren't we?
Just had a message from Tommy Minchell.
Oh, yeah.
How come you're not on the chat? This is how it works, Tommy. Hello. Big kisses to all the girls and Vix.
Hello, all.
And Matthew Wadsworth.
Oh, yeah.
Me man. Well, you're my man, but another man in my life.
You've let that slip out,
Oh,
haven't you?
sorry, yes. Big YouTubers, live streaming. P.S. Forgot the hair scissors for Cal, ?
Oh, yes. Can you tell?
Yeah,
Yeah,
congratulations to you. Sorry.
Oh.
I thought you were gone.
No, you read out what needs to be read.
Congratulations for your... congratulations on your live from us, Vonnie and Kev.
Thank you.
Matthew
We're trying.
Goodwin. Hey guys, thanks for saving us in. Oh, it's Matt. Who we
Oh.
saved.
I saw thanks for saving us in auto, and I was like, what's that?
Oh, Porto.
Porter, yeah, we met.
So this couple that are messaging now, we managed to help them rescue their keys that they managed to lock in their van in Porto a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, we were sat in the van as we are now, and we were in a park up, and they pulled up opposite us, and then they'd been there for a little while, and we heard a bit of a commotion going on. We just carried on, keeping ourselves to ourselves, and then Meg realised that I think you'd locked your keys inside the van, which is obviously a nightmare situation, and.
Oh, they're Brits. We're gonna have to help them.
Yeah.
Not that we wouldn't if it was anybody else, but
So, yeah,
if you see the reg plates, it's like
Yeah.
we've got to.
At least we can communicate our ideas. And how did it come about? I think Matt got onto the roof. Well, they're debating what to do, how to get the keys out. They could see the keys, but every orifice was locked.
They've got 2 dogs and a little lad called Henry, and we ended up basically getting one of our bungee ties and then dangling it down like a fishing rope line and then hooking the keys out. It was
Luckily, they left the vent on the roof open for the dogs, and that was just big enough to. It was like Mission Impossible, wasn't it?
yeah, so
That was something we'll remember.
Shout out to you guys.
Hope you're enjoying your travels.
Darren Bigmore, sorry I'm late. Just started installing my split charger and got carried away. Really enjoy your videos. Keep them up.
Split charger is something we didn't have when we left. We had it fitted by Meg's dad about 3 or 4 months in, and it was a game changer. I overlooked that. I was too ambitious, thinking that the solar was going to do everything, which it did in the summer, but it soon caught up with us. So split charge relay, definitely something you should have in your van.
Yeah. Sarah and James say they couldn't be without the van now.
Yep.
It must be good for us to do it 3 times over. Yeah, because I've done
Yeah.
it 3 times,
Oof,
yeah.
that's
Oh dear.
makes me tired thinking about it. It's a big job. I mean, this is a small van, but still a big job for us. Our DIY skills weren't up to much. We didn't know what we were doing, but well worth it.
Yeah. My mother's just pinged in
Oh yeah.
from sunny Shropshire. It's not, it's flooded, to be fair, like a lot of the UK. She hasn't got YouTube, so she just sent me a quick little WhatsApp. Are we considering getting a pet?
Not if we can help it. I mean, we would both love a pet of some description. Probably a little dog, if we're honest. But with the way things are, I don't think we should. It doesn't make sense because, we can park the van up in the sun, whatever, leave it for hours at a time. It's fine. Obviously, you can take the dog with you, but it would change the dynamic quite a bit, I think. And being in Portugal and Spain, unfortunately, you do see quite a few strays. Nothing horrific. I thought it was going to be really heartbreaking.
We saw a couple.
I think, yeah.
I think if one found its way to us,
Yeah.
I think it would be a very, very difficult decision leaving it behind.
Yeah, definitely.
Watched Kite Van Man found one in southern, was it Spain or was it Italy? And it would be mine straight away.
Yeah.
No messing about.
The thing is, it'd probably be like a Great Dane that wanders up and makes friends with us, isn't it? What? Yeah, so a pet would be lovely, but we've got to think about, will it work for us? I don't know.
Wayne says we live in the dream, guys. We are, and we
Yeah.
highly recommend you give it a go too if you can, if you're in a position to. We understand that not everybody is.
Yeah, we do forget sometimes how lucky we actually are. Yes, we've worked for it, but we've also been in a very fortunate position. Some days you do forget, and you've got to calibrate your emotions. The other day I was messing around with Meg, and I jumped up and cracked my head on the little thing on the roof, and it just sent me crazy, didn't it? And I'm just like,
It didn't hurt him a lot.
I felt like crying for some reason, which I haven't done in a long time.
Charlie Kneecap, congrats on the channel success. Great live stream.
Yeah, but the channel is doing well. I mean, we did our how much we earn with 5,000 subscribers video roughly when we passed that, and now we're at 5.3.
Yeah.
I mean, I do sometimes get a little bit too obsessed with the numbers and try and refresh, but it's still doing really well. I mean, 5,000 people is like way more than I thought would ever be possible for us too. So.
Love your work, says Natalie. Love Flora. Just interested why you chose a VW Transporter.
I think that has to do with Meg more than me.
Yeah, we are part of the VW club. My dad had an old Splitty, and my sister now has an old VW Beetle. And the community that I was kind of a part of when I was 15, when my dad first got the old van, just took me there. I think also in regards to the size of the vehicle, we'd never driven anything bigger than a normal car.
Yeah.
And like, you had tiny cars as well, didn't you? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was a good transition into this vehicle. The only thing with it being a VW is it's more expensive to buy initially. I mean, yeah, it shouldn't depreciate too much. But I was trying to keep a cool head when we came to see this van, but I just, as soon as I saw it, I was like, yeah, that'll do.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah,
that's why I don't want to see a stray puppy, because
Yeah.
that's how it's like that instant.
Fall in love. I think for fellow, if we were to do it again, we wouldn't necessarily choose the VW badge, would we?
No, we'd be a bit more open-minded, I think.
Yeah.
Even going old, I mean, we see such a variety of vans on the road. It's incredible. Like brand new ones way back. I mean, going back to old, still VW LT35 type things, and like, I don't know. There's such a variety out there. I am no way, 100% loyal to VW particularly. As much as I love it, I wouldn't, say no to other options.
Yeah, I think the best, if you're doing a self-build, buy the best and newest base vehicle that you can, because it takes a lot of effort, money, time to make this happen. And if the engine goes kaput or something structural, always buy the best base vehicle that you can.
Maybe not necessarily the newest, but one that's definitely got good service history, like this one had. We've kept that up, fortunately, and it had relatively low mileage, especially for like a diesel van. So yeah, we went over budget with it, which set our plans back a bit, but we worked out.
Andrew McDonald has been watching almost since the beginning. Bought a camper at the beginning of October. Loved our little nights away. Looking forward to better weather in is it the Argyle in Scotland? Is that how you say it? Argyle.
Yes, yeah.
Keep up the good work.
I was thinking Algarve for some reason. I don't know.
Oh, it's me mate. Hello, it's Alex from XT Sup here. Did you get how did you get on paddleboarding with John in Portugal? Are you planning to do it again? Oh,
yeah,
Alex, it was funny. So, I think I oversold our capabilities when messaging John, and basically we went for the sunrise. So anybody that doesn't know what I'm talking about, I've realised I've gone off at a tangent. The chap that has messaged said that we should try sup paddleboarding in the Benagil Caves in Portugal. We did it, us two and my mum and sister. We had a fantastic time. My mum did too. Sister, however, didn't. There will be a little bit of a video coming up.
Within a video, probably.
Yeah. Of our escapades. I was stood up, I was having a lovely time, but it was a little bit choppy, and we haven't had that much experience. And my mum and sister really haven't had that much experience.
No,
but
I suffered. I mean, I didn't stand up for a long time, and because we were kneeling down on the boards for quite a long, like half an hour at times, your legs went numb, but you didn't really realise. And when, as Meg said, it was choppy, so we're coming towards the beach, and we were meant to jump off, grab the board, and get out the water. But when you jump off the board and you don't realise your legs are completely numb, and you're kind of like flopping around in the shallows.
It was amazing. We were there
amazing,
for 7 o'clock in the morning to see the sunrise, and it was fabulous. So wait until you see the video, you'll see exactly what we mean. Wombling Solo. Hi guys, great channel. I have a VW T4 converted myself with lots of inspiration from Flora.
Brilliant.
Glad we can help. Have to run, Jack.
We watch the video in its entirety later tonight. Safe travels.
Okay, thanks, dude. You sent a very nice message the other day, Jack.
We always appreciate your comments, not just because they're nice, but we just enjoy the communication with people. It's great.
T5er, drinking their tea and having their biscuits, wants to know how we receive stuff in the post. Hang on. How do we receive post or anything we need signed from the UK?
We've been quite fortunate, as I said, with family have come out just in the nick of time. Have we had anything?
I think we were quite organised, so we had getting ready for Brexit, we had the green card,
Yeah.
and then the new one was bought out maybe a month after there was a month where we didn't have it, being honest.
Technically, yeah. And we've also got our international driving passports, which is a Brexit thing. Permits, yeah, which we haven't actually used yet, but they're here. So we did try and preempt all of this kind of stuff coming up.
Your post is going to your house for your mum to open, and my post is going to my sister for her to open. So she sends us the good news when we've got speeding tickets or...
Yeah, that's the only thing we've really had apart from the usual gumph. But no, fortunately it's worked out all right. But I don't know how you do it if you couldn't rely on family members to open it for you, really.
Yeah, we've had a quick look at Amazon lockers.
Well, like the DHL equivalents.
And then I also read that I think in Spain you can have it sent to a specific, I think it was Spain, post office, and you go with your ID and pick it up in a certain time frame. So
I'm sure it's doable, but we haven't faced it yet, so I can't really give you any good advice on that.
Simon wants to know, do we ever lose things in the van?
Our sanity sometimes.
And then pull the place apart we have had moments. We lost one of our iPhone chargers for weeks, and then it just appeared out of nowhere. I think it was Meg, and Meg thinks it was me that hid it, but we got embarrassed. Definitely you.
What else have we lost?
Her nail scissors. That was a big faff, because it was hidden in something, and I was having a right moment with you.
Everything's got its place, but it's amazing you can lose things still somehow in this space.
Alex, the paddleboarding man, reckons we should get a miniature schnauzer.
A miniature one, maybe.
That'll do. Yeah.
Are we catching up?
Possibly. Yes, we are.
Sorry, I can't believe we've been going for 66 minutes. Oh, silence.
A chicken. Oh, Lewis is one of my mates from home. He reckons, and Squeaky reckons, that we should get a chicken.
Yes.
I love the eggs, but I would worry about its welfare, and I would hate for it to be egg bound.
A chicken probably couldn't handle Meg's driving either. I mean, these Spanish roads are quite bumpy at times, as we found out today. I don't think the chicken would last very long.
Wombling Solo knows that we're still partway through our year in the van, but would we ever go back to a normal 9 to 5?
No. Simple answer. We're thinking about what we're going to do when we go home, but this experience has sort of opened our eyes. I mean, I don't want to sound like cliche or too cheesy, but it feels like we're actually living. We obviously had to work full time, flat out, to afford this trip. And whilst you're in it, you don't really notice how much of your time you're giving up, especially in my case, for companies that they don't really care about as long as you turn up and do your job, that's it. Don't really want to waste my time doing jobs like that in the future. So we're looking into other options.
If we can get away with it, we never want to. But then at the same time, we haven't got a pension. So
yeah, we've taken our retirement early, but we're gonna have to work until we're about 90. But
if we become self-employed and create a business and what's it called, financially independent kind of thing. I say that, but I don't really know how we're going to do it. But
we're thinking about other stuff we can do to sustain ourselves, and we're just looking into options. But I'd love to not to do the traditional thing, but who knows?
Gas bottles are available at Decathlon and campsites in Spain and Portugal. Yeah, we
did have an issue with the Decathlon. Sorry,
it's all right.
Just recently, I went in, and for some reason they specifically said they didn't stock the bottle, the 907 we needed. Don't know why that was. So I just had to buy the little canisters because we've got that little portable one. But usually, Decathlon are usually a safe bet.
Matthew Goodwin wants to know why Flora. Why the name.
You explain it.
Flora is because she was a florist's van, and I don't really know. It's quite a feminine name, isn't it? And I think you just went along with it. It's just what she is. And then Flora and the Novice Explorers came from that because Explorer rhymes with Flora. Simple as.
Kind of, yeah.
Flora Explorer.
That's it, yeah. I think it's a company called Flower Box. This was a van for, so.
Right up north of England,
red
wasn't it?
car.
Adventures in Sarah and James reckon that having a small dog, but is all right. But Monroe still takes up a huge amount of the room, so that's why they've got a bigger van now.
In the Spanish climate, where it's been lovely the last few days, and if it's dry, it's probably all right. But I can imagine back home getting a really dirty, wet, muddy dog. We really wouldn't be able to do much with it unless it just got in the van and got really dirty. Put a tarpaulin down for the rest of our days. But it's definitely something we want to consider.
Yeah. Hello, Talbot Express Herb Adventures. They're saying that they have rust-coloured skin and we have a suntan. What do you think? I think it might just be the lights.
I think it's the warm light.
But then it looks like you've got a mega
white. Oh, yeah,
look on there. You got like a proper
redneck
ring.
Don't know why that. God, look how white my skin is there. Sorry, I probably don't need to see that on the stream. I think that's dirt more than a tan, to be quite honest with you.
Ben Novice, hi guys, great idea about about to convert a Transit this spring. Any advice on LPG or not? Plus heating systems required for a van.
Yep.
Yes, we recommend planar. It's worked out. It hasn't missed a beat.
Yeah, for heating, this is a diesel heater which is tapped into our main tank on the van, which is handy. It's brilliant. It hasn't missed a beat, like Meg said, and we've had it running the last few mornings. Definitely, it's warm in the day here, about 20 degrees today, but in the night it does get chilly. So just to make it easier getting out of bed, we pop on the planar. It's Planar's a really good sweet spot between the Chinese, the cheap Chinese ones, and like Webasto, Eberspacher. They come in about midway, so I'd highly recommend that. And LPG is something we'd definitely say to go for, but we don't know. We didn't look into it too much before we left, so we don't know what the options are.
Yeah, I think underslung tank is the way to go.
Yeah.
But how it would fit on a smaller van like this, not sure. As long as you can gas it at an LPG station, we'd be happy.
Yeah. Yeah, so we don't know. It's something we need to do more research on.
Glampervan Crystal, hello, my love. Hope you're doing amazing.
Hello. Yeah, we're doing pretty well, to be fair.
Yeah,
not bad.
That was Robert Ince said about the LPG underslung.
Okay.
I was too busy checking.
We haven't missed anyone.
No. Antoinette Smith Ince. Hello, sorry she's late. No worries, my love. Just back from yoga. Oh, yoga. Love to do some
That's
yoga.
something. Meg bought a yoga mat. How many times has it been out?
0.
0. There are a couple things in the van we haven't used properly.
And she's in the bath watching us. Oh, no, she's in the bath while hubby downstairs is watching us. We'd kill for a bath, wouldn't you, love?
Just a wash? No, a bath is something I definitely miss. Look forward to at some point. A bucket doesn't quite do it.
Stag, cow flash of the cleavage for more subscribers.
Wait till the bikini shots on the beach.
Oh, yes. Lammy, well, Sam, Mr. and Mrs. Wilson. Lovely to see how happy you are and both looking so well.
You should have seen us about 10 minutes before we started this live stream.
Someone was having a nervous wee.
Yeah, I've never done this before. We want to try and get as good as possible, but it was stressing me out a little bit, I must admit, but I think it's all right now. We're enjoying it.
Brian Jones, did you enjoy Camp Quirky? It was very useful to us, enjoying your journey. We loved Quirky.
Yeah.
Really loved it.
We're actually quite disappointed we can't go this year.
Yeah. We've had quite a few people ask us if we're going, and we're like, no, we're here. We're in Europe. We can't come. But no, that opened my eyes to what festivals can be like, opposed to the ones that we have been been to. Music festivals are not the place for me anymore.
Yeah.
Can't cope.
For any of those unfamiliar, Camp Quirky is run by Quirky camper vans who actually rent out vans similar to ours, but probably they're better. Self-converted vans, and Quirky campers hire them out for rent for other people, and they ran a small festival in May, was it? Very eco-friendly. It was amazing. It was all solar powered.
Yeah.
Amazing food there, like vegan food, vegetarian foods.
And what I compare it's like going to camp. You know when you go to camp as a kid, but for adults that love camper vans, alternative living. I was sat there with my chair, with a cider and my notebook, watching what do they call it? The little
talks, presentations. Yeah,
on how to write a blog, how to convert a camper van,
Yeah.
living in a narrowboat.
Things on electrics, everything camper van related, and maybe even a bit broader as well. Like alternative living, they have like talks about, and it's just great. You just get a drink, pitch up your chair, and it's really good. Yeah, so yeah, it's a shame we can't go this year. And the community was really nice as well. We met some really cool people, but we'll have to wait till next year.
Any must-see sites for Scotland, says Davinia, which is Belle's Adventures.
All of it.
Yeah, full stop.
Um,
Put as much side. Oh Christ! I've had a drink. Put as much time aside for Scotland as you can. We could have spent 3 months.
Oh yeah, well, that's one place we definitely want to go back. As not with so many others. We wanted to do the North Coast 500, but we didn't. We were only there for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
About 3 weeks, and obviously we did that. Out Hebrides were brilliant, but we could have done way more in Scotland, and really looking forward to heading back. But as must-see things, wow, I don't know. What blew your mind? Glenfinnan Viaduct we saw.
Yeah.
We went on to Skye, the Isle of Skye, so we saw Nice Point Lighthouse.
Isle of Skye, we've got to do that again. But also
Oh.
try and go when there's when it's quiet and there's no not a huge amount of tourists, so not in kids' holiday time.
Yeah, we didn't time it brilliantly. There's the Old Manor Store. There's the fairy pools. I mean, at this point we've seen so much. I have to go back and look at videos or pictures because I take a lot of photographs as well, just to jog my memory because. It's quite hard to process everywhere you see, and like every other day we're in a different village or town or in the middle of nowhere, and it becomes one long holiday, but brilliant at the same time.
I've just been writing something about the Outer Hebrides, and that's taken my mind right back to go being there. So, Glampervan Crystal says my hair is lush. I watched most of your vids, and it's vids pushing me while I'm sat making extensions for her hair. Love your channel and love watching your journey. I need mine doing at the top. It's very fluffy, but when it gets fluffy, I end up looking like my mum and my uncle at the same time.
I'll do it for you if you trusted me. You've cut my hair before.
Oh, behave.
Yeah, that worked out well.
Right. So we've done cowl flash and his cleavage. We bought a plain the woolly cods.
Yeah.
Bought one. Terry Hawker.
Very happy with it. Yeah.
When you go back home, will you still be living in Flora, or do you have an address to stay at?
We don't know, would be the honest answer. I mean, obviously, there's always an address for us. You know, we're not going to be stuck. Whether or not we stay in the van until we sort ourselves out, or there might be other options available to us.
Yeah.
We've got quite a good family and friendship group. I say quite good. We've got very good family and friendship group back home. So we're never going to be stuck.
Yeah, and we've always got this as well.
Oh yeah, I mean,
which could be parked on someone's drive for a couple of weeks while we.
Yeah, this has become our literal home now. It just is what we exist in, isn't it? So it's very comfortable. It's small, but it does the job. So we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't.
Right. So last few messages before we say toodle pip. Rome from home said Valencia was amazing. Glad you loved the site that they recommended.
Yeah.
Camper Park, yeah, it was great. We can't wait to come and see you in the Isle of Man. I remember messaging. I'd had a little bit to drink actually when we were messaging you in on New Year's Eve actually. But I looked through the messages and thought, we're best mates now. End the story.
Yeah, we had quite a bit of bubbly, didn't we, on New
Oh,
Year's?
yes. Yeah. So Donna, I hope you heard what we said before, Donna, because we
did.
We wrote your question
I think
down.
no, yeah, I think you did.
Oh
I
yes,
think
because
you
that
did.
what
Yeah.
triggered me. How are you getting on with the swivel seat? Thinking about getting one. How are you getting on with the swivel front seat? I'm thinking about the sliding swivel one.
Sliding.
Captain's chair, maybe.
I don't know.
One on its Todd. It works really well for us, but it is a pain in the butt. It could glide easily.
Yeah, I was. It's a tight fit. I think is where the handbrake is on ours and stuff, and it's a double seat. Obviously, it is awkward. With that being said, I wouldn't be without it now because it adds an extra 2 or 3 feet to like the length of the van, so I can sit there quite comfortably on the table, have a bit more space this side. So I definitely have swivel seats in our next van.
So what was the top list of things to change on the van? Split charge. Split charge was done. We wouldn't get a pop top.
Yep.
We changed the configuration of the table, how that works. Not
Yep.
quite sure if we drill a hole like the floor mounted one. Probably not. Maybe something that swiveled like on like a pipey thing.
Yeah.
Putting a roof vent in.
Yep.
Windows in the back.
Windows and gas. So not too much really. We were quite happy with most of it,
No.
which is surprising.
Bad boy Rich has got to go. He's got to get ready for work.
See ya. Thank you very much.
What's our favourite part of the van?
Of the van itself.
Just while you're thinking, Ponty Slapper, your vids have become a family must-watch in our house. Good, solid, down-to-earth advice.
Thank you.
I really don't want to swear, so I think I might have done all right
I
tonight.
think so. Yeah, it's hard to tell.
Yeah, I'm just excited.
Yeah, well, thank you for that. We appreciate that. The favourite part about the van, I don't know.
The bed is pretty damn good, isn't it?
The
Knowing
bed's
that we
good.
made it ourselves.
Yeah, it's getting a bit creaky, but in a good way. Like it's got character. I hope it just doesn't do one big creak and go kaboosh.
And
it's done really well.
The general storage,
General storage layout. I think just the
vibe,
I don't know.
homeliness it is.
Yeah, it's become its own little thing now. I think that's it. It's not. There's no one specific thing I enjoy over anything else particularly.
The Pike Hunt Diaries. We are setting off for our first European trip in May, following the romantic route. That will be really lovely. After watching your vids, any tips, safety, etc.
The romantic route.
So that's from Wurzburg
Yeah.
to Fussen.
To Fussen, yeah. Like I said earlier, if you watch the videos, our third part ends in Fussen, and that's just absolutely stunning. The Fussen, actually, a tip I could give is to get. You'll have to get campsite or somewhere you have to pay for somewhere to park up because it's quite.
There's no wild camping or free camping.
Yeah.
It's prohibited. There's signs everywhere.
Which we understand, but Fussen was beautiful. Like the romantic route was a really good trip.
Safety wise,
I didn't have. What do you need for Germany? You need your environmental sticker, but that's not. That probably doesn't apply for most of the places.
you need your European, the pack with the triangle, the vests.
Yeah, your general safety, your light deflectors, high vis jackets, your breathalyzers. Although we've never been asked to show that, or we've never used the stuff apart from the beam deflectors. I just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Don't rush if you've got enough time. There's so much to see.
Yeah, we've got visual deterrents. We've got a steering lock and another one, which we won't particularly go into. Message us on Instagram if you want to know exactly what we've got.
Yeah, we got clutch claw as well.
That's what I was trying not to say.
Oh, I thought you were going to say about the more sophisticated stuff.
And a more sophisticated
I
one.
thought that's what you were leaving.
No, I was
Sorry.
trying not
So
to tell them everything. You tell me not to.
Yeah, we use our visual deterrents, and we every time we leave the van, even if we're popping across the road for 30 seconds, we put everything away where it's meant to be. We have nothing on show. We don't have a bulkhead, but we have this curtain which separates the cab from the living space of the van. It's a pain in the backside, but touch wood, we've had no problems yet.
We also have a lockable item underneath the bed as well.
Yeah. So, but in Germany, I felt very, very relaxed. Yeah, just enjoy it really. I can't think off the top of my head. It's been a few months since we were there, but romantic group was brilliant. Definitely worth a trip.
And 300 Seat wants to know if it's going to be a regular thing, this live streaming.
I think so. I'd like to make it regular.
It's
I mean,
better doing it now than what we felt
when we
like
started.
as the 10-minute timer clock was going down. And
yeah,
Right
I've quite enjoyed this. I mean, I don't know how much more we've got to say without repeating ourselves because we're bad at that anyway. But hopefully, we can supplement our normal videos. We try to do one vlog a week at least. We sometimes get one out on a Friday, which will be something a bit different. Like our one this Friday was the how much we earn off YouTube, and then other van related stuff as well. But I think we could fit in a live stream. I've enjoyed it. I really have.
Yeah. Thank you very much for watching Ponty Slapper. They're off now. They're probably putting the
Thank
kids
you.
to bed. Thank you very much for watching. The Pike Hunter Diaries wants to know if they should book up the park ups in Germany. They're the ones that are doing the romantic route.
I don't know because the
Part-
one. Sorry.
Part of me thinks if you've got a massive motorhome,
Or-
longer than a 7-metre jobby.
What time of year was it? Did they say? Because it might be busier.
May.
I don't know. It might be worth looking forward to avoid disappointment because it was busy when we went.
I think get park for night.
Yep.
Number one, and there seems to be quite a few options all the time. Even if you park and visit the city, then drive out.
Yep.
If you check out our blog on there, we've actually put coordinates for the wild camps and the really good wild camps that we did, if I remember.
Yeah, it depends how you're doing it. Was it in a van or motorhome?
I imagine so. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool spots. It might be worth looking forward to booking because the problem with us is we never know when we're going to be somewhere really, so we don't tend to book. But maybe it'd be wise.
It's a T6. Roll with
it.
it.
There'll be some amazing spots as well.
Yeah.
Like Meg said, the blog has got some cool spots.
Yeah, I
there.
think the only place where we actually paid for, don't quote me on this, I might have to have a little look. We only paid for one spot during that from Wurzburg all the way
Was it
down.
Fussen?
Was Fussen because we
Yeah.
had to.
Yeah, at first, and there's 3 big motorhome stops in a row, and they're all kind of automated, which are quite handy.
Yeah, about €15 a night it was when we were there
Yeah.
in October.
October,
November.
All your facilities, everything you need there, but it was quite busy.
We prefer off-grid always if possible. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll find some cracking
Go
spots.
for Park for Night and you'll be laughing.
Yeah.
Laughing. Right. Other people to Jimmy Duggan. Has your van been reliable overall?
Yeah, touch wood.
Do you take care of any of the mechanic side of things yourselves?
We checked the water and oil the other day.
And the tyre pressure?
Yeah, we did that. That's one thing I wish I was a lot better at is mechanical understanding because God forbid anything drastic goes wrong, I don't think we'd be able to sort it ourselves. Touch wood, and nothing has gone wrong yet. The van was in pretty good nick when we got it, and we spent a lot of money before we left on, things like the water pump, the flywheel, the clutch, cam belt kind of stuff. Servicing, we did as much as we could before we left to try and preempt anything, and so far it's been good. Perfect.
Tommy loves your tash. That's a personal message. Well, no, Vicky loves your tash. Tommy doesn't necessarily. Robert Ince, his wife is out the bath now. He's got to make the tea. Is there anywhere you would really want to take the van and explore? Scandinavia, USA road trip?
Yeah, all of it.
I don't think we'd ever ship Flora elsewhere. I think we'd either rent, get some sort of good deal, or buy one if we went
there.
USA. I'm quite interested in doing a one in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Been put onto that recently.
There's so many places and things we want to do. It just feels like it's all like,
Yeah.
and we've got no money. Once we get home.
Once we get home, we're gonna have like
a reality check.
big time.
Big. It's I don't know what's gonna happen, but for the moment we're loving it. And there's a lot of places. America, I'd love to do some of that. Looks amazing. New Zealand, like Meg said. Further into Eastern Europe would be cool.
Glamper Van Crystal, do we plan to tour the UK at all when we go back?
Probably yes.
Yeah.
We want to.
While we're saving up again, we hope to have weekends off, which
Yeah.
we'll go and do a weekend here, weekend there.
Yeah.
Book a week off work to go back up to like the Lake District and the Welsh coast.
Because stupidly enough, before we left for this year-long trip, we hadn't used the van very much at all. I think 3 days was maybe the longest, and I don't think it was finished. So we had no idea what we're getting ourselves into.
No.
But the UK is a lot harder, from what I remember. But we were fresh when we started in the UK first, so maybe we were a bit more coy about what we were doing.
Um,
Are we catching up?
Yes, we're nearly there. You have a look at that one and see what we need to do for that. Love watching you guys. How long have you had dreadlocks for, Meg? And has Cal ever thought about getting one? One.
One big dreadlock.
Cal wanted to grow his hair out the other week, but I don't think that's a goer anymore, is it? Look at the bloody state of it.
What's wrong with it?
You look like that baby that was like born with all that hair.
And a big moustache.
I've had dreadlocks for 3 years. If we've been together for 4, yeah, about 3 years. The ends of them, I must admit, are extension because I didn't want them really short, and I didn't want to look like a little tomboy. So the bottom bit is. They work reasonably well for travelling, because you don't have to wash them as much as you do regular hair. But there are times that I'm thinking maybe when I get home they might go. But then they took a lot of effort to get to this stage. Do I want to? I don't know. I'm fickle. I'm very fickle. But I do love them. But at the same time, I don't want them to define me. There you go. There you go.
And I never planned to have dreads, but the way my hair's going, if I don't have a shower soon, I think...
We got offered a lot of drugs in different cities as well with these bad boys.
Yeah, we find like you go to like the square in Lisbon or Porto and...
Marijuana?
You're like a magnet. Ping!
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Antoinette said, I've hit the like. Thank you very much. And great to see you both live. I hope this hasn't been too awkward or boring for you guys. We're trying to like...
catch up and answer everybody.
Answer everyone fairly.
I've never been this guy on the screen, but I've been that guy. And it's just so exciting when they read your name, isn't it? So...
Pike Hunter Diaries. How can we send you some funds? Don't worry about that. We're all good.
You don't need to.
No, we never want people to feel. I mean, we appreciate. We've had a couple in the chat. I don't know how it works. So I don't know, but we do appreciate it. But there's no requirement or assumption from us.
Yeah.
Mark Ford is still saying, "Come on, peeps, smash that thumbs up button."
Yeah.
Cheers.
Thumbs up if you're still watching now. That would be lovely.
Yeah.
And I think are we gonna wrap it up?
I think we should. We've been going for 91 minutes. Which I thought we were going to do half an hour at a stretch. The Stag said this has been great fun, so I'm glad you've enjoyed that. We always enjoy conversing.
Yeah, there's plenty of epic lunch spot stags coming up.
But maybe if we do schedule these for to be a proper almost weekly or bi-weekly thing, we could get some sort of format to it. Do the questions and then maybe do something else more proper. I don't know. Not putting pressure on ourselves, but we had a good laugh. The Pike Hunter Diary says we want to get you a drink. So we'll let them know offline. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Donna's put thumbs up in the chat.
That's what my mother's saying.
Simon, thank you very much.
No. Mum's proud of us, everyone. Beck says she's happy with our performance.
We haven't said anything too bad, have we?
Yeah. So everybody watching at home, back in Shropshire, we miss you a lot. And we will be home at some point.
Yes.
And we try not to make you green with envy because we know that's the thing. We don't want to be that bum holes. But unfortunately,
we smell like him.
Are...
We were doing so well.
I know. Yes. So thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in.
Just give. Is there any? I think there's a slight delay, so we'll say, is there any other questions? While we sign off, and we'll just wait for a few seconds because I was watching that there is a slight delay.
You're the boss.
So any last questions, any burning desires? But other than that, I think we've had fun, and we definitely
live stream cooking. Oh, that would be pressure.
That would be.
Oh God, imagine if it looked like vomit. Yeah. All right. Okay. We'll bank that for next time, everybody.
Yeah.
Live stream cooking because it's not the only. There's at least 2 people that have said this.
Oh,
Simon reckons we've nailed it. Thank you, Simon.
Thank you.
Appreciate
we do actually appreciate like any feedback we get is really helpful because we don't know what we're doing at the end of the day. You know, we're not anything special, are we? We're just turning the camera on and hoping it works. Which it has today, fortunately.
Oh, that thing is yeah, I'm going to take a picture now of our little setup and we'll put it on our Instagram and Facebook, whatchamacallit, words.
Story.
Yeah, so you can see what it looks like from this side of town.
Yeah.
Save up some questions for next time if we haven't managed to answer something.
Philip Rogers, are these coming in now?
Phil
I
Rogers.
can kind of see the little names, but the phone's too far away. We need to finesse what we're doing here.
Phil Rogers has been watching the whole time.
Oh,
Cheeky.
thank you. We appreciate it.
Right, that's it.
Yeah.
I think.
Anyone that wanted, if you're able to send us a message on Facebook or Instagram about the YouTube channels we follow or electric advice or videos that we use to learn how to do stuff, send them at VW_Flora or VWFlora@gmail.com.
Yeah,
Got
please
emails.
don't be bashful, because if we're being honest, we aren't doing a huge amount, so we can always respond and reply.
Yeah, we do our best to respond to everybody that we can. At the minute, it's quite manageable. So yeah, reach out on any of the social media platforms. Maybe comment under this video. I'm not sure how this works. I don't know. It's all new to me. So just add a few more.
So Austria, how did you know about the vignette? You literally.
How do we know about? Or how
did you know about the vignette? Oh, her rental van. Hopefully, the rental van would have had one if you were in.
Yeah, I think you can get maybe digital ones as well. Does it work off the number plate? Maybe, because if it was a rental.
Yeah, hopefully. Otherwise, if you rented it in Austria, they've diddled you because you're about to get some serious.
But maybe
tickets.
if it's an Austrian van, it's already paid the tax for it.
Yeah.
So it's probably okay.
Maybe email the company just to put your mind at ease. That's what I would do.
I would assume they would have worked it out, because otherwise it's a £200 fine. Probably not for you, but for the rental company. So they must know what they're doing. But if you need to buy one, they're like €9 for 10 days. I think we paid at a garage right on the Germany-Austria border. But well worth it, because you can take the quicker roads, which is nice. Yeah. So
my mother wants us to sing us out, but I don't know if I.
I really need to sing you out. Go on, Meg.
Sing? Do you sing a new song?
So long.
A song. Further up the road.
Don't
further
sing.
up the road.
Be rude now, everyone's.
That's my new favourite tune. It's the live version of Bruce Springsteen. Further on up the road.
Now, before it's too late. I've got to stay in the van with this for another few months.
I'll take you further on up the road.
Right, thank you very much once again.
We're actually going now. This is like what we do with my family. Right, going now. Bye.
But we'll do one of these again at some point. Really enjoyed it. Just got to find that exit button. Getting loads of notifications coming through all of a sudden. Phone is red hot. Yeah. Thank you very much. Hopefully this hasn't been too awful. And
peace out. See you later. Night. Love you to the moon and back. Always in my heart.
Right. Definitely exiting this
Go
time.
on, do it.
Bye.
Do it. Bye.